Hello everybody, this is Keegan here from Indie Rose Disc Golf. If you're watching this video, you are at the start of this this channel. So I started playing disc golf a couple months ago. I think I've been playing for 4 months now. I'm from Oklahoma. There's a lot of good players out here, and it doesn't seem like there's a lot of YouTube content though from people playing the courses out here and kind of promoting events or whatever. So I'm here to start filling that gap, and I'm out here at my home course in Edmond, Oklahoma. This is Mitch Park. I think it's called Ty.F. Cunningham, and we're out here at, so it is 6:15 a.m. The sun is about to come up. It is raining here, so not the best conditions for disc golf, but we've got a towel, and we're just gonna go out and see what kind of score we can put up. So here we go. All right, everybody, welcome to hole one. This is a par 3, about 250 feet, straight tunnel shot. So first throw of the day, let's see how we do. Right in the middle of the fairway. Good kick. All right, here we are, shot 2. It's about maybe 60 feet to the basket. Throwing the X soft zone little approach here. Gonna go around the trees. Or through them. Sit. Oh boy. Okay. Got about a 10-footer. Got about this much left for par. Moving on. It's so rainy out here. The conditions are just terrible. And it's a little dark. It's still early. Sun's just now coming up. Let's see. This is hole 2. And this is probably the hardest hole out here in my opinion. Very easy to take a bogey, double bogey, because there's just so many trees. So it's straight, probably 150, 200 feet, dog leg, pretty sharp left for another 70 to 80 feet. So let's see if I can get something up there. Throwing the onyx. I think it's a little short. Decent line. All right, we got about 100 feet left for our second shot. I'm gonna go down there and again, approach with the X soft zone here. Not exactly what I was trying to do, but you can't really argue with the result. So we're gonna tap this in and then we'll go on to hole 3. Nice par. All right, we have made it to hole 3. We're out of the woods. The basket is right about there to the right of that hay bale. You can see it. Normally, I throw a forehand here with the Nuke OS. I just lost it recently, so I've got another one ordered, but until then I'm throwing this Nate Sexton Firebird. So let's see if I can get this to do something decent. A little short, good line. Not quite used to throwing that disc yet, so. All right, so this is not really within my putting range, so I'm gonna, again, try to put something close. A little forehand approach with the soft zone again. Oh boy. That might be trouble. All right, so it is deep in there, but there is a window. break. All right, hole 4. It's another par 3. About 200 feet down, then about 80 feet dogleg left at the end of the tunnel. Throwing the onyx again, trying to put something pretty straight that'll fade off at the end of the flight. That might be good. Turn. Okay. Really get the didn't get the fade, but it's in an okay spot. We might have a long putt. It's probably easy 3 though. All right, so it's a little dark. Basket is right about in there. So got a long look at it. Footing is right in some water, so that's good. Try to make something happen. Parked it for 3. This is what we've got left for par. All right, we have made it to hole 5. This is a par 3, like 200-foot shot, dead straight. Throw in the zone again. I'm just gonna put on a slight anhyzer, let it flex back, and try to keep it up the middle. So that was not really the shot that I was looking for. This is really a gimme. If you're gonna try to put some kind of move on the scoreboard, this is one that you've got to get. So see if I can still convert it to. I see a disc. It's not too bad, but it's definitely not ideal. We're approaching the disc now. Here's the basket. Let's see where the best place to set this up. Get it all in frame there. That's pretty good. Got it. Count it. That feels really good to get that one. All right, hole 6. It's par 3, maybe 350. Straight back. They moved the pin locations out here a lot, so I'm not sure exactly what all the measurements are, but again, going with the onyx. Gonna try to put something a little high and right. Let it fade back toward the basket. Didn't quite get it as right as I wanted. Decent result, might have a long look at 2. All right, so I finally found it after some searching. I was back in these woods looking for it, but I should have given myself more benefit of the doubt. It's right over here. I tossed my zone on top of it, so maybe you can see it. It's the orange one, so. But either way, I need to take a knee, low branches, see if I can get it 2. Like suction together. They're screaming at me. And now my zone is like dented, so maybe I don't go to a knee on this. Oh. Hole 7, seems like the rain has mostly stopped, at least actively raining, still very wet out here. But hole 7 is basically the big brother to hole 5. Just a straight tunnel shot. And since I went with the zone last time, I'm gonna disc up to the Firebird. Try to put something pretty flat. Maybe a little bit of ante just to kind of hold the tunnel and then finish up straight. So here we go. That was not what I was trying to do, but a decent result. Probably looking at par. Not my best effort. All right, we have made it up to the Firebird. Got a pretty long putt. This is not a putt range that I'm comfortable in yet. Although I don't know if really anyone's comfortable. This is pretty far out. But anyway, we're gonna give it a shot with the Luna. If I miss, just try to keep it close and pick up our 3. So. It's a little long. We'll see. Hopefully I can still save par. Left for par. Let's see if I can put it in here. Solid. Part of the chains. Alright, taking a par and moving on. Alright, here we are at hole 8. And 8, 9, 10, and 11 have all recently had their pin locations changed to the long position. I'm not sure exactly what the footage is on this one. Probably pushing 400. And when all this stuff is overgrown here, it kind of takes out anything that you want to play up this fairway. So really the play is probably to go out this way on a hyzer, let it come back somewhere up there in the fairway. And that's what I'm gonna try. So we got the Onyx again. See what we can do. Wow, that was a grip lock. Let's go figure out where that went. All right, I finally found it. It's not good. Let's see if I can get this on camera. Down in there. So we're gonna have an overhead shot probably about 300 feet away from the basket, so not ideal. Let's see what we can do. Probably not going to be able to see very much of the flight from here. This is as tall as my tripod gets, and I can't really angle it upward. Just kind of a cheap tripod that it's meant to point and shoot straight. So unlike I just did with this disc, I set myself up too well for that one. Anyway, here we go. See if I can even see the pin. I actually can. I can see the pin from here. So we're gonna go an overhead with the Onyx. See if we can get it kind of close. And that's gonna be way short. I can already tell. At least it's on the fairway. Probably about to take bogey or worse. Here we go. You know, I just kind of made the mistake on that last one of not cleaning my disc off, not wiping it down. It was pretty slippery and I just threw it anyway, and I ended up soft arming it to there, so not even really giving myself any kind of chance. We're gonna approach with the zone per usual, little forehand. As you see, it kind of plays left to right with the way the trees are, so I'm just gonna try to put something close. That was probably a good tree. Wrong putt for bogey, right? Bogey, yeah. Oof. Let's see. Zone's right there. I'm just gonna set it up here and we'll see what kind of putt we can get. We do have a window. And I hit a tree. Oh boy. His branch. All right, well, double bogey. That's what it's looking like. Oh, handheld. There you go, double bogey. All right, here we are approaching hole 9. And I think if the pin was in the other location, this is the signature hole of the course. I'll show you where that pin location is because it's really cool. But yeah, this plays right along the street. So a little scary and nervy. I think that this telephone pole right here is a mandatory left. Although there's nothing really out here that designates that. I just think that's the way tournaments are played out here. But since COVID kind of hit as I was starting this sport, I haven't been able to play any tournaments out here as of yet. So now the pin is right inside. I can't really tell where I'm pointing, but it's right inside the gap
maybe 30 feet inside the gap. So I'm gonna go with the Buzz OS. I'm gonna try to put something out just a slight bit right, have it fade back right into that gap. That's a little bit of trouble. Disc has been found. Here's the pin. I'm gonna try to put camera somewhere where you can see both, hopefully. Maybe about there or so. All right, probably going zone here. A little flex shot. Wow, it's pretty deep in here. I underestimated how deep into the woods that actually was. So I'm not gonna cut, I'm just gonna pull the camera up here so you can see this putt. This is probably 60 feet, something like that. Oh, almost cashed that one in. That was a good bid. Now we're taking bogey though. All right. Little putt left for bogey. Downhill. No problem. Take it and move on. Oh, so I did want to show you the other pin location, which is really, really cool. It makes this hole play way harder. It's still a par 3 when it's in this location. This is a little treacherous with how wet it is. I might just go around, see if this is gonna be any better. Oh boy, it is muddy out here. Anyway, so there's the pin position, and the tee pad's all the way back through that gap and up to the right. Most people play it out kind of almost over the street, but again, that pole is a Mando. They just play a big hyzer and try to crash it into the trees and land close to that. So this is the road to hole 10 rather, and you can see these conditions are not very good. I did check the weather last night and this morning before I left, and they just lied to me. So anyway, hole 10 is about probably 350, par 3. You're gonna go straight up the fairway, and then it dog legs about 45 degrees to the left, making this pretty much an ideal shot for me to throw the onyx just kind of hard and straight, let it finish off to the left. There's another one that is now in the long pin position. Used to be maybe 250 right inside the trees up there, but now it's back a little farther. And look at this, hold on. Okay, I'm a tall guy, all right? Look at this, if I'm on the tee pad, what am I supposed to do with this? So, anyway, I guess potential hilarity here as I am about to probably force my way through that bush on my throw. It's okay. I was contending with a little bit of foliage, so what more can you ask for? Here we go. So you can kind of see the old pin position right there in that clearing straight ahead. Well, on camera it's kind of hard, like right there. I'm off over here to the right, and now I got to kind of flex something around the trees, and probably not going in, probably looking at par at best here. So again, approaching with the zone. Couldn't see the full flight, but it looked and felt pretty good, so we'll see where we are. In a pretty good spot considering errant tee shot, decent upshot. We're gonna be probably just tapping this in for 3. So wow, what hole is this? This is 11. Hole 11, par 3, and it's just, they've moved this into the long position, and it is all the way down that tunnel, and then a dog leg back to the right, probably 400 feet. I mean, honestly, this one, they just moved it out of my range, I think. But going Firebird, gonna try to flex around that tree in the middle, get something a ways up the fairway, and try to throw it a little harder than I have been. So hopefully I don't slip on this tee pad. You know, I just don't know if that ever fought out. So see what kind of spot we got. All right, so I just found it. It's right there, not actually too bad of a spot. We're gonna have another forehand from here, and I'm gonna try not to cook this one over as much as I just did. Let me take a disc to put my knee down on. I should have brought the towel. It's got crap all over it. Oh well. I just weak-armed that. So much flutter, no touch. That's rough. Probably looking at bogey now. I'm not really 100% sure where to set up the camera for this one, so I'm just gonna put it here. You can see the lie. You can see the old pin, which was much easier to shoot for, but now we're going down and back to the right. So I'm gonna try to throw a turnover. Not very experienced with this shot. I'm gonna try it. I think it was long. I feel like it just straightened out on me too much. Needed it to keep turning. Hopefully not too deep. Oh, I'm in the tree. So I don't, what's the rule about if your disc is in a tree? You know, I haven't brushed up on this enough to know the PDGA rules, but there's the disc. Do I just play it from like about that spot? Do I knock it down and play it from wherever it goes? If that's the case, can I knock it hard toward the basket? I don't really know. I'm gonna play it. I'm just trying to get as close to where that would be if it were straight down, and see what I can do. I don't know. There's not a whole lot of windows out of this thing. Into Narnia. Okay, so if the disc was on the ground, it'd be right at my foot. I've got a window, and I got it. Whew. So what was that? 1, 2, 3, that was 4. So that's a bogey. Not ideal. Right here, from hole 11 to hole 12. It's just, I mean, being in the woods out here is beautiful all times of the year. It's a little harder to play when everything's bloomed out, but I mean, look at this. You're in nature for a good 20 seconds before it opens back up to like a recreational play area, jogging lane, whatever you want to call it, public park. So when you come back out here, you can see hole 7 is right there, and hole 12 is just past that, so we've looped back. Really cool design. I like how that 8 through 11 just kind of goes out into its own little loop and comes right back. So hole 12 is one that they made easier. This used to be in a longer pin position off to the left, and now it's just kind of a dead straight shot. So let's see, what do I want to go with here? I'm gonna go Firebird again. You kind of see how I've been putting too much turn on it, and that's from throwing the Nuke OS regularly, because that thing just fights back out of any angle. So I'm gonna really try to focus on throwing it flat. If I can throw it flat and hard, I think we'll be all right. Well, you're not gonna believe it, but I could not find that thing. I legitimately looked for like 25 minutes. I have no clue what happened to it. So I even rewatched the footage, tried to see exactly where it fell, followed it. It's nowhere over there. I was in trees, climbing up, and it's just gone. So I'm gonna re-tee, even though that was a bad shot, and I'm probably gonna improve over it. I think considering I looked for so long for a disc and I have now lost a disc, I think it's okay. So. That's pretty good. We got a putt. Long putt. All right, so not even that long of a putt. Looked longer from the tee pad. Let's go. I'm looking for tips, tricks, anything you guys have. If you see something in my form that could be improved upon, go ahead and comment. Or yeah, comment and let me know, talk to me. And here we are at hole 13. Also I wanted to say that shooting even is pretty good for me. I haven't done it yet on this course. I think the best I've shot out here is +2 or 3 recently. So having a decent round thus far, but these last couple holes are killer. So hole 13, they moved the pin up probably 150 feet. So now this play is probably right around 300. It is just to the left of those trees, kind of like over all this foliage right in the middle. It's another 150 past that. I'm going with the Onyx. I'm gonna put something out a little bit right, have it fade back. And that was some grip lock, but we got a look. So it's a little far away, probably looking at par. So we've made it to my lie. There's my Onyx right there. And you can't really see the pin. So what I'm gonna do is walk you down to the back side of the pin, set you up there, and then I'm gonna throw this zone over the top on a tomahawk type of shot. Try to keep it close so that I can still save par. And if I throw it in, hopefully the camera can get at least something. There's the basket. I'm gonna back this up quite a bit. Yeah, you should be able to see one coming in. Let's see if I can angle it up a little bit. Yeah, because then it'll catch a shot coming from the sky. Is that gonna stay? My tripod's pretty flimsy. I'm gonna try to dig it in the ground a little bit. Nope. I'm gonna have to put it on flatter ground than that. Okay, that should be good. Catch you on the flip side. Right, but a good result. Should be able to make par from here. All right. On to hole 14. All right, hole 14. It is a par 3, probably 320, 340, something like that. This is a shot I normally throw the Nuke OS, but as seeing as I don't have one and the Firebird is now gone, I'm gonna be trying to throw a roller using the X Stratus. This is a really flippy distance driver, and I'm gonna see if I can turn it over and get it to go. That ain't it, Chief. forgot to mention that this hole pretty much turns about 90 degrees at the end of this tunnel, and that's where the pin is. So that's what we're going for. I'm gonna throw the same disc, tomahawk, let it slowly sweep right, hopefully at the end of the tunnel. It's not bad. Might have a long look at 3. And the good news here is it looks like I ended up a little bit long into this rough. And so what that does is it actually opens up a putt, because if you're over here, you get these low limbs that block any putts coming in. So I actually might be able to drain along one here. It's probably, heck, I don't know, 60 feet, 80 feet. It's pretty far out here. So, putting with the Luna, of course. I'm putting just a little bit off camera, but you'll see the Luna come into frame. So, here we go. And that's left. Oh boy. All right, should be easy bogey from there. Yeah, easy bogey's no joke. I didn't realize it ended up this close. Must have bounced off some of this foliage. Come back in. All right, not the best 4 to take. I've definitely scored better here, but without the disc that I throw forehand typically, makes kind of the whole course in general a little tougher, but especially that hole. All right, here we are at hole 15. This is a fun but frustrating hole because it kind of looks easy, but you can really get into trouble pretty quick. So the basket is all the way down the tunnel at the end on the right side. I think the best play here, if I had it, would probably be a spike hyzer out this way, maybe even a little bit more out that way, coming in crashing, but I'm gonna play a flex forehand down the middle. And again, with the zone, this one is maybe 200 feet, so you don't really need anything that's gonna carry super far or get really skippy on the ground. So and that was coming out of it, but it hit a tree and kicked farther even left than it was already going, which, let's be honest, it wasn't a great shot to begin with, but now we're probably guaranteed par unless I just make a miraculous throw in for birdie. So let's get down there. It was probably gonna end up over here somewhere, but it hit one of these trees as it was cutting back right and just kicked a mile off to the left. Let's see if we can find it. It's somewhere back here, I believe. Oh, wow, it went kind of deep. If you can see that there. So here's the disc, and here's the putt that I have. Let's see if I can set this down anywhere that makes sense. It's kind of uneven terrain. Like I was saying before, my tripod kind of just does flat. And if it's tilted, the whole image is tilted. I don't know. I can't really see because the bar is in front of the screen right where the pin is. Hopefully this is good enough. I can not cut the shot and walk around in a second, get a better look, but I'm gonna putt from right here. And I'll try to get out of the way after I throw so you can maybe see the flight. All right. Oh, that was really close. That almost went in. That would have been a great birdie, but it stayed close. Let's go ahead and see where that landed. We got some muddy area to traverse here, and there it is. I'm not gonna cut it. I'm just gonna set this up real quick and toss it in. Nice. Easy 3. So, on to the next. All right, and here we are at hole 16. This is par 3, probably 300 feet, maybe a little bit more, but not much more. And it's really just straight. You can see the 2 big trees all the way down in the middle. It's kind of right behind that. They used to have a better pin position, in my opinion, that was more accessible. This one is really hard to but really easy to 3. So kind of a bonus birdie here. Just hoping I can put something that gives me a bid for par. Trying to get some of this mud off my shoes. It's really bad out here. Going with the Onyx again. That's a little left. I was afraid of this slipping on the tee pad because it's so wet. This one especially, you can see like my plant foot was about to go right in here or right in here, and so it made me a little nervous, and I just kind of early released it so that I didn't put too much power down into that front leg and slide all over the place. But we'll go ahead and walk up here, see where we ended up. Oh, I think I see it. All right, so there's what we've got left. We can actually see the basket, which is nice here. I'm gonna set this up behind me so you can actually see the throw. Where's the disc? Okay. Yeah, but like I was saying, we can see the basket, which is always good. And from here, I'm just gonna throw a little zone approach. Don't need too much on it, kind of just need something to hit just short of the pin, kind of bounce right up to it and sit next to it so that I got an easy par. I'm not trying to bite off too much here, there's no reason to. That's a little right. I didn't put any turn on it, so we'll see. Long putt. Again, I'm kind of misjudging distances. It always looks farther from where you're at, but as I walked up on this one, it's maybe 22 feet, something like that. So definitely a makeable putt. That was about all I could do with the drive that I had. It wasn't too great. So on to 17. Hole 17. This is one that I have not quite figured out yet, even though I've been playing this course for a while now. And the pin position is moved, but it's just back. So the line's no different, it's just farther. I've seen a lot of guys play big hyzers over all these trees, try to get to crash in the middle. Up the gut is just hard with all this foliage. The left side's just got a ton of junk out there. I've thrown some successful rollers. Got the Stratus again. I'm gonna try to do the same thing. And hopefully we get something in, maybe close, as if that's not too much to ask. All right, let's see what we can do. Oh. Weird path, but I think we've got a potential look to put it up close and then par, which is a little infrequent for me. This is usually a hole I take a bogey on just because the gap is so small and I'm not really sure what to throw. But that looked like it might have stayed out of all this mess over here. I'm gonna go ahead and walk up and see if we can find it. We're gonna put the camera, you can see the basket now. It's like straight back there behind some trees. Going again with the zone. That's pretty good. I think I can make that putt. Here's what we have left. Hole 17. Pretty easy. I don't know, 12, 15 foot putt, something like that. If I flip the disc, maybe one less. Woo! That almost didn't go. It was almost short, but we got it. And look at this thing. Just decimated, honestly. I'm gonna have to change out towels after just this round because it's just a swamp out here. We have made it. Hole 18, last hole. We're back out The end of this hole is right by hole 1. And here's a tee pad. Probably gonna put something, I don't know, maybe back like here. So it's gonna play all the way down here, dog leg right, once you get down short of that blue trash can all the way out there. And again, usually going with the Nuke OS here on a little flex route, but without that, and now without the Firebird, gonna go roller once again. Just try to get something playable, because without a serviceable forehand, this hole really amps up in difficulty. So once again, going with the Stratus, seeing what we can make happen here. See if that'll flip. It does not flip. Wow. So it's across the street, which the street is OB, but I've heard that this plays like an island, so if you go across the street on the green, you're safe. So we're not in a great spot. We're actually on the other side of those bushes, but we kind of have a straight shot into the woods at the basket now. So if we can get something close on the second one and then par, that actually might be one of the best scores I put up out here. I feel like I play so much better in the morning. I usually try to get out here around sunrise because there's nobody else out here. It's just kind of you and the trees. And you know, even though the conditions weren't great, stuck to, you know, the plan, tried to keep stuff dry, just kept trucking. And I think putting a camera in front of me made me feel a little bit like I had to perform, which might scare some people off, but I've always played competitive sports growing up and am quite competitive by nature. And so I think just that added element of having an audience, or a perceived audience, because, you know, maybe one person will watch this video, but regardless, having that camera set up, there is at least the audience of the camera, and it makes you want to do just a little bit better. So, and we're approaching the shot finally. There we go. But good news is the basket's like right there. You might be able to see it on camera. So really just a straight shot. I'm probably gonna be throwing this Stratus again, tomahawk style. I'm just trying to get it right in there. So let's see what we can do. Oh, that was gonna be so money. It was coming in the perfect angle. Just got caught up by a tree. Long putt, probably looking at bogey, unless we just, you know, get some Drano going here on this last putt. It's kind of the only stable place to put the tripod because there's a big ditch right here. So, all right, last putt, hopefully. If not, let's at least try to keep it close. And this footing is not what you want on an important putt. I don't even know where to stand, honestly. It's so slippery. I'm gonna try to just dip a toe right behind it, right here, and see if I can. Man, it's so slick. Oh, a good bit, not quite enough. Man, that footing was sketchy. Could have died. So, anyway, we're gonna go tap in that bogey and call it a day. So as we're walking up to this last shot, I just wanted to say, if you're still here, thank you for watching. Go ahead and like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see some more disc golf content from me. Since this is a new channel, I haven't done any of the challenges or anything. So there's a lot of opportunity for me to make videos like the putting challenge, or, you know, the Bushnell dialed in challenge, although I don't have a Bushnell rangefinder. Those things are pretty expensive. Or really any other kind of content. I want to post some form videos, some of my earlier shots from when I very first started, kind of track my progress. I'm going to be playing events and tournaments, so you might see an event or tournament type of vlog. I'll of course probably ask my card mates if they don't mind being on the video. If they do, I'll just film my stuff and shut it down afterward. But yeah, so that was the first round out at Mitch Park, my home course. Hoping to tear this course up more and more as time goes on. But thanks for joining me today, and if you like disc golf, come around again. Well, you'll see some more good videos. So, all right, take it easy.